Hello again, YTPC. This is the DoomsdayPiper signing in again. Second time. Thought I'd try and take you on a little bit of a journey. Hope it's not too windy out, but it's beautiful weather for February 15th here in Delaware. Can't believe it's in the 60s right now. Looking out over the pond here. And I wanted to take you on a little bit of a journey, show you where I first started. Very first pipe. Missouri Meerschaum, country gentleman with a bent. I don't know how these things focus. I see you guys do this all the time, so what a capable little pipe that is. Let me fill it up with a little bit of this apple strudel I got last night from Boswell's. I smoked a little bit of that last night in one of my pipes, and real pleasant smell. Made me hungry all night though. See if I can load it. Yeah, so I got this in 2010. Graduated college in 2009, and yeah, graduated college 2009. Came back home for just a little bit. I went to Alaska, and I lived in Alaska, worked for a private lodge and an air service up there. I worked up there for maybe 6-8 months, something like that. Just some seasonal work, and I came back home. And was bored. Did the, I guess, millennial thing, and I lived with my parents. And that was awful. But I didn't get a job or anything. I just kind of stayed at home, sat around the house. I wanted something to do, and I started looking at YouTube a lot. And that's when I first started to see the YouTube pipe community a little bit. And yeah, I was kind of hooked. So I got my first pipe, and I went out, and I'm pretty sure I tamped it way too full. And I smoked it out in a shed so my parents didn't find out. I was like 22 years old. And yeah, it's kind of funny looking back at it now. But yeah, let's see if I can get this thing lit. Of course, there's that wind kicks up right when I'm trying to light it. One last one here. So yeah, here I am in the middle of upstate New York where I live, in the middle of winter, 10-20 degrees below zero, out in a woodshed, trying to smoke with some I don't know, cheap aromatic sampler that I got from Pipes and Cigars or Pipe and Tobacco, or one of those big name places that I didn't know anything about. So I'm in there trying to blow smoke rings, burning my tongue like crazy with tongue bite because I didn't know about pacing, didn't know any of that stuff. And I chalked it up to this pipe. Figured it's a corn cob, it's inferior, it's, you know, it's not a briar, it's not one of these several $100 pipes. And I didn't really kind of put it away after just a few smokes. You know, got into some briars and some you know, better tobaccos and things. I didn't really come back to this until maybe a few years ago, and it smokes like a champ. Smokes like any other pipe. Has a pretty good draw on it. I mean, the bit's pretty cheap. One of these days I want to get a new bit. I noticed they had is it the Ever bits? I don't know if anybody. I think that's what they're called, or Ever stems. I don't know if anybody has any experience with those. If they could give me some their opinions. And I think who is it? Boswell's I saw the other day was selling these. One of these. It's like a $10-12 pipe. They're selling them for $30, but they've got a nice blue acrylic stem on them. And I'm thinking about seeing if they could make me just a stem and sell me that, because it's a great pipe. I'd like to keep it going. But yeah, it's apple strudel by Boswell's. It's pretty tasty. We'll say the corn cob keeps it nice and cool. Just a good pipe. I think my faith was restored in the corn cob thanks to people like Aristocob. I'll probably tell you this story in another video, but Aristocob and him and his wife, they're really good people. They've got a really good business there where they partner with Missouri Meerschaum. And I ordered a few pipes from them here probably about a year ago. I didn't get them, and I didn't get them, and I didn't get them. And so I reached out and asked them, what was going on, why the pipes hadn't come in. And I mean, I was nice about it. I wasn't overly harsh or anything, and it's not something that really bothered me. I had some pipes anyway. I was just mostly excited to get these new pipes, and I'll show them again a little bit later. But he got back with me real quick, apologized for the delays, and it turns out that one of the pipes had a back order stem, had a special stem, and they were real good about it. And they offered to send me a replacement instead of that one if I wanted to. And I told them, don't worry about it. I was just kind of curious. I wanted to make sure I hadn't been forgotten about. And I got a real pleasant surprise when the box finally did come in. He gave me I think like a 15% discount or something on my next order. Really top-notch service. I mean, they personal responses and everything. It wasn't a generated email response or anything. Really good guys. And Missouri Meerschaum does make a really good pipe. I will say I've never had a corn cob pipe that wasn't made by Missouri Meerschaum, so I can't really attest to their quality or how well they smoke. I know the bit, I don't know if you can tell, the bit's a little worse for wear, but she still smokes like a champ. Well, that's all I could think to say right now. Well, I should thank everybody for welcoming so soon to the YTPC. I was surprised to see some subscriptions and so many comments so quickly. Brand new to the community. Within one day, I've got, I don't know, last I saw, 10, 12, something like that subscriptions, and at least quite a few comments. And everybody's reaching out, offering. I think is it Four-Eyed Piper, I think. First thing he offered said, hey, let me know if you ever need anything, and I'll see what I can do to help. And Pipeful reached out, and I guess Wednesday is going to be International Pipe Smoking Day. He's doing a meetup at Boswell's in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. And that's not too awful far from where I am, so I'm really considering about trying to take a day off and head up there. and see if I can meet some other members in person of the YTPC. But anyway, I guess that's all for me. Thanks for joining in, and hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks.